Hey guys, it's the TheNathan709 here, and today I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the past 10 years of me doing videos. Yes, this past fall in September, this channel reached its 10-year anniversary, which is crazy to me. I started this channel when I was only 10 years old in the 5th grade, and now I'm 20 years old in my 3rd year university, so I don't know what's going on with time. It's weird. The fact that I've been making videos on this channel for a whole decade just boggles my mind sometimes, and it's hard to believe that it's been that long. I'm still doing this stuff. So we already had the whole 10-year anniversary special, which was Return of the Plush, which, by the way, I want to start off this video by saying thank you all so much. The amount of support and the amount of feedback and the overwhelming just amount of people who've seen it and said things to me, thank you so much. It means a lot. That video was my magnum opus, my passion project. That was one of the most fun and most, work I put into a video, and I'm so happy how it turned out. It managed to include so much of my channel's history into one video, and everything worked out better than I thought it would, and I'm just really happy of how it turned out, and I'm really happy that you guys love it as well. It means a lot when I put a lot of work into something, and then it shows when people tell me they loved it, or the amount of views it gets. It just means a lot that something I make can bring enjoyment to people. So thank you so much. That video was more of a big celebration of the past 10 years of the channel. This video is going to be more of a sit down, reflecting on some moments that shaped the past 10 years for me and what it all means to me. So that's what we're doing here today. And then we're going to answer some Q&A questions which you guys asked in the past couple weeks. So thank you for everyone who submitted a question. We'll get to those later, but for now, it's time to reflect on what the past 10 years means to me. Like I mentioned in Return of the Plush, I've always had an interest in video making. Ever since I was a kid, I would take my parents' camera and just film whatever. I would pretend I had a YouTube channel. I would film, whatever I did with my toy trains at one point to my Legos. I'd film all the time, and I loved doing it. Even though no one would see it, I would still film it and watch it back myself and feel so proud about it because it was something I made, and I loved creating stuff. I also said I grew up watching YouTube. I remember my dad showing me funny music videos on YouTube. One particular was Queen's I Want to Break Free. I'm pretty sure that was the first video I can at least remember seeing on YouTube. And as soon as I started watching YouTube myself, I stumbled upon Thomas the Tank Engine videos, which was a huge part of my childhood, and I watched a lot of videos about Thomas on there, and Thomas leading me to a Mario video, and then seeing a bunch of Mario videos as well. Of course, that's what led me to Plush videos and led me to the Cute Mario Bros, which are one of my favorite channels on YouTube, purely because they're very nostalgic to me, and I think for Plush videos they really stood out in my eyes. So YouTube became a really big thing that was a big part of my life, just watching YouTube. Watching YouTubers such as, like I mentioned, Cute Mario Bros, Peanut Butter Gamers when I watched, Game Theory, and of course one that really stands out to me that I discovered when I was at a young age was Alex C&D. I found him when I was around 7, 8, or 9, around that age. And I found him through his Mario collection video, because I used to search up Mario collections on YouTube because I just, this is something I dreamed of, having all this Mario stuff. That's what I really wanted, so I would look at other people's and just dream of having a collection like theirs. That's when I found his Mario collection video and was amazed by, this kid. He didn't look that much older than me, and seeing that he, had all this Mario stuff was just really cool, and it really resonated with me, and I kept watching his channel. I think I forgot about him for a little bit, but then found him again in like 2014 with his retro video game collection video. Yeah, so Alex is someone I watched a lot growing up, but we'll stop there for now because we'll get to him later, because little did I know he would help this channel a lot and really shape who I am and what I do on this channel a lot more later on. But like I said, growing up, watched a bunch of YouTubers, especially Nintendo YouTubers, made videos myself just for fun. So it was bound to happen that I really wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I had a weird start on YouTube when I eventually started uploading videos. I say me, it wasn't me who uploaded this. This was back in 2011. This was late August. I remember, I don't even know why. I don't know why this all happened. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I wanted to do this or what led me to want to do this, but I remember wanting to sing a song. My parents decided to record it, I guess, for just like home videos, like, you know. So my dad got the guitar out, and I decided to sing Dynamite by Tao Cruz as my mom filmed it. And we filmed home videos all the time, right? It wasn't like a thing that this was just random. We just filmed like Christmas morning. We filmed like just birthday parties. We did a lot of that growing up. And so this was nothing out of the ordinary. And then a couple days later, this was early September now, at my mom's work, someone she worked with, I think if I remember, created a YouTube channel for her for some reason called Rochelle709. I took the video of me and one of my brother, which we also filmed that night, and put him on the channel. And of course that video is Nathan singing 2011, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. That video has become a bit of a joke on the channel, and something that people found it funny. But as much as we joke about it and we laugh at it, that video really means a lot to me, because that was the first time I seen myself on YouTube. I remember my parents showing me that the video was on YouTube, and I was blown away. I was like, this is awesome. I am on YouTube now. My face is on YouTube, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I want to do this. I didn't really do anything about it. I just kind of kept filming like stuff on my own. But then eventually, I randomly made a Lego Ninjago stop motion video, which I uploaded on that channel a couple years later in 2013. I got my dad to upload it for me, and I was like, "Yo, I made another video." It was awesome. I was so happy that I had another video on YouTube. Then it was actually around this time. It was probably a while before. I forget exactly when, but I was in an art club after school. Pretty sure the first day of the school year, I went to the art club. Didn't see anyone I knew, but I look and I see there's a seat next to someone I didn't know, and he was kind of looking at me funny. I was like, I guess I'll sit next to him. And I sat down, and that person ended up being Liam TNG, which you guys know, my friend Liam. That's where I met him. I met him in an after-school art club. And we immediately clicked because we both happened to like Nintendo, and we both, you know, just had that same interest, and that's what really how we became friends. And we used to talk about Mario all the time. We used to make jokes and draw funny stuff, and that's how we became friends. That, as simple as that. Eventually, I found out that he also liked doing YouTube videos and wanted to do YouTube videos, and he had a channel, and he told me about it, and I looked it up. And I was blown away because he was on YouTube now, and he was making videos, and I was like, I want to do this so bad, like, and he's doing it right now. And then a year later, 2014, he created a new YouTube channel because I think he abandoned the other one and just had this new one creating Mario plush videos. And of course, I knew plush videos. I was watching them all the time, and now he was doing them, and that really made me, you know, kind of think like, I really want to do this too. So it was finally September 2014 when I sat down, me and my dad, and we went and created the YouTube channel you're watching me on today, TheNathan709. Funny thing about that name, Nathan709, of course, I took from that channel my mom had and just replaced the name with Nathan, and it was Nathan709. That's what I went by, like, as a gamer tag for a bit there. Like, when I had an Xbox 360, when I first got that, it was my gamer tag with Nathan709. That's just what I went by for you know, I think my first Instagram was also Nathan709. So that was a no-brainer when naming the channel. That's what I wanted to name it. And we typed in Nathan709, and it was already taken. So I think because I think I changed the name of a channel before to Nathan709, so that's why it was taken. But in the suggested names was TheNathan709, and I thought that's close enough. So we called it Nathan709, and that's the origin of the name. So that's how my channel began. Of course, I started doing plush videos then. You know, a few random videos. I think one of my very first videos was the Skylanders Trap Team launch day. I filmed the launch day, me at home looking at the game, showing what I got that day, and it was a type of video that I always wanted to do, so I finally got to do it. And it was really cool, and just being able to make videos and upload it, even if not a lot of people watched it at the time, was just super cool to me. I remember being, you know, at the computer, making my banner and making my profile picture and being so excited about this, because I finally had a YouTube channel and I was creating stuff for it. And even though it was like on Paint, you know, trying to draw an Xbox 360 controller and with the shape feature, and you know, and I still found it super cool, and I remember that excitement, and it just felt so cool, so good to be finally doing this. It's funny looking back on those old profile pictures, because the basic idea remained the same. The blue always stuck. Blue's been my favorite color since I was a kid, so I guess that makes sense. But the blue with the 709 stuck throughout every profile picture, I believe. I think one time it was the full name, but the blue, at least the blue background, has always been a thing. So that's the origin. I think you know, I could talk about my entire channel history right now, but that would take so much time. So I think I'd rather talk about some key moments that really stood out to me from the past 10 years to talk about, instead of going through everything, because it's a lot and it would be a while. Once I get talking, I can talk for a while, so I am going to save that for you guys. I guess to start, probably the first big moment for me was when I met my friend Zayden. I met him through Liam, and that was the first time I met someone through YouTube. He created a group called Mario Media Studios that Liam joined with him, and I really wanted to be a part of it, and eventually they let me in. So I remember that being so cool, because I met someone through the internet, which I never done before at that point. Little did I know I'd meet a lot more people over the years. I don't think my 11-year-old self at the time really understood the whole online friend thing, and never thought I'd eventually travel to the United States by myself to meet people. So we'll get to that later, because that's a big moment as well. Moving on though, I think another big moment for me was, I think the next one would have been in 2016. 2016 was another kind of shift for me on YouTube. I was kind of doing the same thing for a couple years. 2016 kind of was a shift for me in a big way, and there's a couple moments in this year that really stood out. First, I went to my first convention in 2016. This was Sci-Fi and the Rock, which I've been to, at least on the channel. I filmed like 3 different years vlogging there. Me and Liam went, and this here that I met a local YouTuber named Swarley Pilgrim, otherwise known as Tyler. This is when I first met YouTubers that lived here besides me and Liam, and it was super cool knowing that other people, you know, in my area also did YouTube stuff. So that was really cool. Tyler was someone I'd meet up at all these conventions, and it'd be super nice seeing him, because it was just cool, again, having people who do the same kind of thing as me around. It was just really cool. Then later on in 2016 is probably one of the most pivotal moments and most important moments for my channel. It was October 14th, 2016. I was watching Alex C&D stream on his birthday, actually. At this point, like I said, I've always been a fan of him. I was watching him, I used to watch him all the time. I remember even sneaking my iPod in bed sometimes, and I remember watching him on like a school night and stuff like that. But he was streaming on his birthday, like I said, October 14th, and he was talking about this thing called Discord, and I never heard of it, and I didn't know what that was at that time. But he said you could actually talk to him, so that really intrigued me. So I got Discord and joined a server, and it was there in the server that I met a guy named CJ Destroya. A lot of you probably know CJ. He's been around and in the community for so long, and that's the day I met him, and we started talking. I think I was pulled into a VC. I even forget how I got in there, but he was in there. I think it was just me and him for a bit. We just started talking, and I was asking him, like, are we really gonna talk to this guy? And he's like, yes, we're gonna talk to him. And I was just sitting there waiting patiently for him to join. It was weird at first. I remember feeling kind of weird talking to people online, but eventually more people joined in, and then Alex joined himself, and that was the first time I ever talked with Alex. I told him that my first video was his Mario collection video, and hearing his reaction and hearing him talk to me was super surreal for me.
The original one? That's insane, Nathan. So Nathan and Imperial Yoda here. The first video they saw were my Mario collection. That's a long time ago.
Now being in his Discord server, I was a part of his community and started meeting people that watched him, and CJ became a really close friend of mine, and it was super cool knowing someone else online and getting to know someone, and it was just so crazy to me at the time, because this broke the barrier between viewer and knowing the person. Like, I was just watching him, and now I talked to him, to Alex, which was just crazy to me. Eventually later on he even subscribed to my channel, which was cool. That was weird. That was a crazy moment. And then even later on in the year, near Christmas, I streamed, and he came in my stream. My very first live stream, by the way. This was with Google Hangouts, and it was like my dad's laptop, like up high on like a printer, looking down at me as I just sat there and played games on my TV that no one could see, and I was just talking to anyone who joined the stream. And then he joined my stream, my very first live stream. Alex watched, and that was a cool moment. That was super cool. It's cringy to look back on the clip, but it was really a moment that meant a lot to me, and that's my 12-year-old self freaking out. I mean, it makes sense. Like, this guy was someone I watched for years, and he's now watching my live stream, so it was really cool. The next pivotal moment is just the year of 2017 as a whole. This was a huge year that really changed a lot. This is the year I stopped doing plush videos, not necessarily because I didn't like it, but just because it kind of just fizzled out of what I wanted to do on YouTube. And I mean, it makes sense. I got older. I kind of, after watching Alex and now knowing him and talking to him more and being more involved with his community, I found a whole new, way I wanted to do videos. Alex actually became a really big inspiration to me around this time. This was January 2017. He made a video titled, "If you've ever been bullied by liking Nintendo, please watch this," or something like that. So being in school, I started the channel in grade 5, and then, in grade 6, and then now being in the 7th grade, people not necessarily, they didn't really bully me for liking Nintendo, but this was the time when people started to just act mature, or think they were mature, and, thinking Nintendo was, a kid's thing. And obviously I still liked it, and people were starting to get out of it. Yeah, like, I wasn't necessarily bullied for liking it, but people were definitely weird about it. They made weird comments about it, and it was just kind of, weird, and I didn't really like it a whole lot. So going into grade 7, I kind of didn't really want to talk about my YouTube stuff a whole lot. So I was still doing plush videos at this point, and I didn't really want to talk about it with anyone, but eventually people found out anyways, and people who knew me, already kind of would talk about it, so I couldn't really avoid it. And I was kind of worried this might be weird for people and might get made fun of, and I was kind of really worried about that. Then Alex's video came out in January 2017 about how if you like Nintendo and you have a passion for it, you should be confident with it. And if you're confident with it, people won't think it's weird. But if you're weird about it and, you know, act really awkward about it, that's when people will think it's weird and will make fun of you for it. That was basically what he said. And he mentioned a quote that he came up with himself that said, "Nothing is awkward unless you think it's awkward." That really meant a lot when I was at that age, because I thought about it and like, yeah, if I think this is awkward and I think this is weird and I perceive it as weird, people are just gonna think I'm weird. But if I'm passionate about it and just talk normally about it like it's a normal thing, because it is, people will kind of think it's cooler and not be as weirded out by me about it. So that video really helped me, and that was one of the moments where I realized that Alex is probably was the biggest inspiration for me. So that year I became way more confident with myself. I started doing a lot more different kind of videos, and I started doing them more frequently. Now that I had a community of people in Alex's community, I met more people. I finally started to grow my channel a lot more, and it was really cool because for like the past couple years, like 2014 to 2017, I didn't have a lot of growth. Not a lot of people seen my channel. The growth was really slow at this point. So finally getting a bit of growth was really cool for me, and I was being able to meet new people and get a you know, a community of people for myself, which was really cool. A lot of people, you know, still know me, and I still know, which is really cool, and still watch my videos. So thank you if you've been around since then. That it means a lot that you're still here. Yeah, 2017, as I kept going, I just kept pumping out videos when I could. I started streaming a lot more, and that's when I really started to stream. It was just Omegle for a while. I didn't have a capture card, so a lot of my streams were either playing games on the emulator or Omegle, because people were doing Omegle meetups around that time, and I just loved it. And I would go on Omegle and put a tag there, and anyone can come on the stream and watch or talk to me. So that was my streams for the longest time. Another moment from that year, during the summer I was streaming. I forget what I was streaming, but Did You Know Gaming joined the stream out of nowhere, which was crazy. I don't know how they found my channel, but they found it. They donated $20 to me too, which was weird. I didn't believe it at first because they were using like a secondary channel, but then they joined with the actual digital gaming channel, and I don't know what, my mind was blown. I didn't understand why they were in my stream. And then Alex joined the stream as well, like shortly after. So it was a weird day. That was a really strange day. So yeah, and then going into the end of 2017, I ended the year with over 400 subscribers after starting the year with almost 100. I was at 90 something. That just shows how much I, you know, improved how I did things on YouTube over a year. That was the most growth I think I've experienced on YouTube so far. I think it just beats 2020, but it was just super cool to finally get somewhere with my YouTube channel, and I appreciated it so much, and I still do to this day. That year is really pivotal for this channel and what direction it took me. So I always think back to 2020 and just, you know, it just really means, that year really means a lot to me. 2018 was a lot slower, but this was a year that something really crazy happened. The year prior, I met my friend Casey from the UK. You know, I met her on a live stream by someone else in the community, and we started talking a lot and we became really good friends. She also became really good friends with my friend Liam and Zayden and all those guys that I used to talk to a lot. And a bunch of us would call all the time. Her grandmother takes her on a trip every year out of the country, and she decided to just ask her, like, as a joke, hey, do you want to go to Canada to see my friends? And she was like, okay, yeah, we can do that. So that summer, her and her grandmother flown down here to Newfoundland, and she met me and Liam in person for the first time, and it was my first time meeting an online friend in person. That was just one of the most surreal things ever. Just seeing someone on a screen and then meeting them in person. There's nothing like that. Nothing can top that feeling, because it's so just, it breaks a barrier, and it's so cool. And I think that's all. 2018 was a really slow year. That's really all that happened. 2019 was a lot faster, and I was very inspired that year, 2019, because Alex kind of just like went a bit MIA online and just was kind of offline for a little bit. He didn't really do a whole lot. He kind of came back in 2019, midway through the year, but he was absent for a while, and as much as that kind of sucked, it felt like this pillar was taken out of the community and the online Nintendo scene. But that really inspired me, because I wanted to be like him. I wanted to inspire people and make people happy, and that's where I really got an inspiration to do that, because his absence left a hole for a lot of people, and I wanted to kind of embody what he was. So he really inspired me to, make my videos a bit better and try to display that kind of persona of inspiring people. And that's really what I tried to do that year. And a lot more people found me, and a lot of people started, like, they'd talk to me on like Discord or something like that, and they would get excited. And that really made me happy, just knowing that other people were excited to meet me. Because I remember being a kid, and it wasn't even that long before that. It was like a couple years before that I was, watching YouTubers and getting excited. So it was just really cool that it was happening to me now, and it shouldn't be, because I was only 15 and I was, I had like 500 or something subscribers. So I don't know what was happening, but it was cool nonetheless. It meant a lot to me. Throughout the rest of 2019, it just kind of kept going that way. I kept making videos. I met a bunch of people. Like Vintage HD was one person I met that year that became a really good friend of mine. At the end of the year, I made The Curse of 2011, which I didn't know was going to be a 3-part series at the time, but it ended up being that. And I ended the year hopeful for 2020 that, I could continue the way everything was going. I finally got a camera that Christmas. This camera right now I got for Christmas 2019. And I bought it because, it had the zoom here, and it had the screen that comes out. And I was like, I can't wait to vlog at Sci-Fi and the Rock in 2020, like professionally, with like, the tripod and everything. And I was really looking forward to, what that year would be for content. Then we all know what happened. 2020 ended up being a different year than we all thought it would be. Of course, we had a pandemic, which made it harder to live our lives the way we've been doing. And of course, we had to stay home all the time. So I took that as an opportunity to really focus on YouTube and really, put more effort into it. 2019, I was putting a lot more effort into it, but now I could be home and just do so much more with it. So it was this year around this time when I was in the shower, I was getting ready to get a shower, and the random idea of me making a video about the definitive Starman theme, that was when it was thought of. I had the whole joke of it being the Smooth McGroove like cover of it at the end, and I was like, I'm gonna make this video. This will be a different type of video for me, but I'm just gonna do it. I don't think it was intentional, but Scott the Woz, again, around this time was a huge inspiration for me, a huge YouTuber I watched a lot, and I think his kind of style kind of rubbed off me when making this, and subconsciously I made the video a lot like him, or just inspired by him. And that was the start of the kind of videos I do now, and kind of where I took my channel from there. So I started scripting videos, I started improving my editing a lot. I started, doing a lot more live streams around this time. I met a lot of people through live stream. One of them was my friend Jack, which I met on a random live stream I did one time. and we instantly clicked and became really good friends. I remember hitting 800 subscribers on live stream that year, which was cool. I remember it was Splatoon 2, the Splatfest, and at the stream, just a bunch of people came to my stream, and it felt so crazy to me that I think 20 people were on my live stream like that day, and I don't think I've ever seen that many people at that point on my live stream. So it was really cool. I finally switched editing softwares that year, went from Camtasia to Premiere Pro, and I quickly learned how to use that, which has made the quality of my channel look a lot better. I started putting a lot more focus on YouTube and started improving my skills, and as much as the world sucked at the time, doing YouTube made it so much easier, and really made the year not feel wasted, and made it a good year, even though it was a bad year at the same time, if that makes sense. But one really pivotal moment for my channel happened this year. One that stands out, and it's probably the most pivotal moment of the entire channel, was when I was doing a live stream one day. I think I just came back from I was out of town for a couple of days with my family. I came back and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna live stream tonight, because why not? I'm bored, I'll do something. It was Mario 64 speedruns, because me and my friends were doing that a lot online that summer. So I decided, hey, I'm just gonna practice some Mario 64 speedrunning. No, I think it was actually doing a run, actually. I planned to try to run the game a bunch on the stream. So as I'm getting into it, it's a normal live stream so far, and then out of nowhere, Alex C&D pops in the live stream. At that point, he was kind of, not online again. He was kind of, not really doing anything a lot online. I don't think he even tweeted or did anything at all online that year. I think he was in Discord a couple times, but that's it. He wasn't doing anything online at all. So he randomly joins the live stream, and I was just, first of all, excited to see him, because again, he was nowhere. So knowing he was all right and just hearing him say something meant a lot to me. So we started talking, going down memory lane. Eventually I stopped the run because I couldn't care less at that point. We were just talking about some memories about 2017, and it was really cool. Then out of nowhere, a bunch of people started just coming in the live stream, and a lot of people did. I was at like a 920 something subscribers at this point. Then someone tells me, dude, Alex like pinged you in his server. Sure enough, I check his Discord server, and he at everyone with my stream to say, come join, we're going down memory lane, come say hi. I was just shocked. I didn't know what to say. I think Jack called me, and then we were just like freaking out together. I knew what was happening. I seen the sub count going up, and I was like, there's no way this is happening tonight. Like, there's no way. Everyone started joining the live stream. I think it hit like 50 at one point. It was nothing like I've seen before. And then eventually we hit 1,000 that night, and I wasn't even prepared for hitting it. Like, I had stuff I wanted to do for 1,000 subscribers. I had to rush and get done because I was not anticipating me to hit it so soon. And I was just super happy. I was super excited, and just thinking about it is super crazy to me, because Alex, like I said, was a guy I've been watching since I was like a little kid. I was 7, 8, or 9, like I said, around, just, still in like the 2nd grade, right? Just knowing that guy, someone who inspired me so much over the past years to continue my channel and do what I've done, now just helped me hit a milestone on my channel, my first huge milestone. It just blew my mind. I didn't know what to think. Still thinking back to it, it's just crazy, because like that is just one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. He eventually even told me, like, later on, this was like a month later, he did come back to YouTube. He did start streaming again. After the stream, we went on Discord. He had like channel set up in the server, many like rooms up for like 4 people, and he joined them and talked to us. And the one I was in with me and my friends, he joined, and he was telling me, like, Nathan, like, that live stream is like a big reason why I'm back right now. And hearing that, just, I didn't know what to think. This guy who inspired me, I inspired to come back to YouTube. So this full circle moment happened, and it's still one of the craziest things that's ever happened, and I don't know what could top it. It was so cool just to know that this guy, you know, who inspired me, I had got to help him in a way. So that moment still means a lot to me. So throughout 2021, continue making videos. In Christmas, 2020 actually, made my first big video with my friends. My friends Ethan, Ben, and Kobe. They agreed to be a part of the video, and it was a lot of fun filming with my friends for the first time, and it was probably one of my most memorable times filming a video was that video, because again, the first time filming with my friends was just super cool and meant a lot. 2021, there's a lot less videos, but a lot more quality went into the videos. They started to look a lot better and sound a lot better, and I got, you know, more of a feel of how to write them. I made Purple Planet that year, which was my biggest video at one point, and one that's still, like, I really just love a lot, because that was my biggest video. A lot of work went into it, and it really helped me while making the newest one, because I knew what to do and what not to do, and it's just overall, you know, is one of my most favorite videos I've ever made. I ended the 2011 series, which yes became a series of one small random video I made in 2019, turned into a 3-part series involving time travel and all that stuff. But that was cool because I made something original for the first time, something like completely original that was just me, not based off a video game. Which was really cool. 2022 was a bit slower and kind of a weirder year for me. I'm not going to go too much into it right now because a lot of it involves my personal life. But a lot changed that year. I kind of slowed down with YouTube. I didn't do anything scripted that year. During the summer, I had a job in a summer camp out of town. Some stuff went down there, and I kind of became not like myself for a bit. It was kind of a weird time for me. And that kind of shows on YouTube because nothing was uploaded that for the rest of that year. We had the Tipping Stars podcast that year though, which was kind of a cool thing that really kept me going. That's a cool thing because me and my friends never really, this is the first time we finally did something together on YouTube, which was cool. And that really helped me, you know, get through 2022 and feel like I'm still doing something on YouTube, which was fun. And it was a lot of fun getting together every once in a while and talking to my friends about whatever was going on at the time, talking about gaming stuff, talking about movies, talking about, you know, whatever. It was just really fun to finally do something online with my friends as a group. So that was probably my favorite moment from 2022. Going into 2023, I was still not really myself, but I really wanted to do YouTube again, and I made an update video talking about everything that's been going on slightly. I was saying how I was in a better place, but I really wasn't. I just didn't know it at the time. But I made the video and it went up, and I was, you know, a bit excited to be back on YouTube, but nothing really happened from that. Nothing was uploaded still. But then eventually, later on in the year, I kind of hit a moment that kind of snapped me out of everything going on, and I wanted to change again. I wanted to get back to my old self, and I put work into myself to finally get back there. And that's when you've seen the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom unboxing, and then also the Room Tour came out. I made the Tropes of Video Game Hunting, which was my first scripted video since 2021. That finally came out last summer. I was finally out of this pit, finally, and I finally found the passion again. And YouTube, when I was kind of in that kind of darker time, thinking about YouTube is what made me happy, and that's what got me excited, and I started getting excited again for it. This channel really means a lot to me, and that was one of the moments where this channel really helped me get back to myself and find myself again. Then of course 2023 ended with the Christmas special, and then we go into this year, which was another big year, which is of course my 10-year anniversary, which is where we are now. And I was, you know, the whole year planning my big video for the Return of the Plush. I was thinking about it and planning it out and writing stuff and getting stuff ready for that. But also, as a lot of you know, I finally met some of my closest online friends this year in person. We went to Pennsylvania, which is where J. Matthew lives, and we stayed at his house for 2 weeks. Finally got to meet, you know, my friends from Tipping Stars, J Matthew, Nintendo James, Nindude, and then Brandon. At the end of the trip, we went to Too Many Games, which was the first big gaming convention I ever went to. There I got to meet YouTubers I've been watching for a while, like Ant Dude and Beat 'em Ups and Bob Wolf. You know, watching these YouTubers is one thing, but meeting them in person, getting to shake their hand and thank them is really cool. And it's just a really cool opportunity that meant a lot to me, and it was just super surreal again. You know, hearing about Too Many Games for so many years, and then going there and meeting people, it was just really cool. Not only did I meet YouTubers, but I got to meet other people I know online, like Monado Max, Ventus HD. It was just really cool to finally be in this huge space that was something I dreamed of for a while. And that brings us to today. Last month I finally uploaded Return of the Plush, which took a while to finally get ready. There was a couple delays, but that was just because I wanted to really make the video the best it could be, and we're finally here. Where I am now, looking back at 10 years on YouTube, so much has happened. Like I just said, it all means so much to me, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. So thank you guys so much. So to say thank you, I asked you guys to ask me some questions for an upcoming Q&A to celebrate 10 years, and there's some really good ones in there that I can't wait to answer. So this is the time we're gonna answer all the questions you guys asked a couple weeks ago. So I asked you guys to ask questions on Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, or Discord. So first we're gonna do the Discord ones. We've got quite a bit on here. First we have my friend the Goldsmith, and he asks, "You play much darts?" Moving on, we have Math Eisen. Are you ever gonna come back and upload more consistently, or is that a distant dream? I'm really trying to upload more consistently again. It's been hard getting back into the flow of doing that. Mainly because I'm in university now, and that takes up a lot of time. You know, there's so much I have to get done, and you know, it's really busy, and trying to like do YouTube in the middle of that is really hard. I do it when I can, and I'm trying to get back in the flow of, you know, having a balance of everything. So it's not a distant dream. It's something I'm working on, and I'm hoping, you know, whenever I have a break, to fully focus on it, and then try when I'm in school to try to, you know, work on it when I can. But it's not a distant dream, and it's still happening, and it'll hopefully one day get back to how it used to be. Then he has a second question. Also, you play darts? Maybe it is a distant dream. Well, talking to you, Math, and to you, Gold, if I played darts, I would destroy you guys. So, that's a warning. Next we have LDTV. He asks, is the backlog ever going to get tackled? That's an ongoing bit from the channel. Yes, I have a lot of games here, and most of them I've never finished. That is something I've always struggled with. Finishing games. I know I love Nintendo, but finishing games is a problem for me. I pick up a game, I start playing it, and then I don't finish it, and then I keep buying more. So that's something I have been getting better at. It's still not perfect, but I've been getting better at it. This year I finished Mario Galaxy 2 for the first time, which was cool. Is that it? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna embarrass myself here. I think that is the only game I've finished this year. Anyways, what's a city/country/state you have not visited yet but want to? I'll answer all three of those. I think it's really interesting. City, New York City is definitely somewhere I've been wanting to go for a while, mainly because of the Nintendo store, and when all the Switch hype was going on with that, I think that'd be a really cool place to visit. Also, New York's just really cool. I think it'd be a lot of places there I'd love to see. Country, Japan. Definitely Japan. That's a place I've been wanting to go to for a while. There's so much stuff I like there, like Nintendo. Mainly one of the reasons I'd want to go. Also, it just looks like an interesting place. I've never been anywhere too foreign. I've only been to the U.S. besides here in Canada, so I haven't really been anywhere like that different from here, so it'd be really cool to experience something kind of foreign. So that's definitely the top place I'd want to go right now. As for state, I think California would be really cool to go to. A lot of film stuff has happened there. Hollywood's there, so I think it'll be really cool. And his third question, is Mountain Dew still your favorite drink? No. I don't think so. Not sure about that. Next is CruiseTube, and he has 3 questions as well. He asked, what's the funniest game you have? And I think I know the answer to that. I think it probably has to be Journey to the Purple Planet, just because of the significance, and I thought it was a funny game that I own, and I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I don't have any games that are that funny. This is probably the funniest one I have, just because it's Dora, and I made a big, almost hour-long video about this game, so I think that's my answer. I know it's probably expected for me to say that game, but I think that's just what I'll say. His second question is, what do you think is the best what? Oh my god, which is ongoing bit on the channel. And honestly, I think I'll say the first time I did it, which was in the Definitive Starman theme. This is when I was starting to put jokes into the video and trying to be funny. And this is one of the first ones I did. So I think the first one will be my favorite, just because it marks a moment in my channel where I, changed up my style of content. And so looking back on that clip, it is just what started it all. So, that's why that's my favorite one. And there hasn't been a lot of them either. I've only referenced it a couple times. It was impacting Christmas. It was in the Snow wasn't on my wish list. I did it in the Purple Planet, I think, once too. And then in the most recent video I did. So there's only a couple times I've referenced it. Thinking about it now, actually, since I did mention those other ones, I think giving another answer I think one of my favorite other ones when I redid the joke, when I referenced it, would be probably the newest one in the Return of the Plush, where it was my workout. I was working out while spitting out water and saying it. So I think that was a pretty funny one there. I'm really proud of that one. Third question is, do you think I exist? Obviously not. I don't think you do. Next we have Ventus HD, and he has a couple questions here. The first one is, will you ever do a Kingdom Hearts video? I don't really have any plans to do one right now. But I definitely want to do videos on stuff other than Nintendo at some point, like definitely other type of games, on other consoles. Right now it's just the easiest thing for me to talk about because I play them more. But once I play, more games on PlayStation and stuff like that, definitely want to do more videos on that. It's definitely something I've thought of. So Kingdom Hearts could be one that I do. I don't know yet though. I'd have to think of a cool idea for it. What has kept you going with videos since you've gotten older? I think definitely the just it making me feel like a kid again and bringing out my inner child. Because getting older is tough sometimes. Stuff changes. I think doing this channel and talking about something I love and something I grew up with and something I'm nostalgic for definitely helps, and helps me bring out my inner child, even just for a little bit. Making a video, talking to people about Nintendo, it helps me keep that inner child in me a lot, and it just makes me happy that I can talk about this stuff and make videos about it, and people like it. So that's what really keeps me going with the videos since I've been older, and definitely also just the community aspect of it, meeting people and everything. But it's the main part that keeps me going, being older, is that it helps me bring my inner child out. His last question is, any advice to creators who kind of feel drained of ideas but still want to continue? That is tough, because it is a thing that happens. I'm definitely, that has happened to me, being drained of ideas, not knowing what to do. I think you can literally make a video about anything you want. If you're drained of what to do and you can't think of any big idea or like any thing you think people would like, I think taking a video about the smallest, stupidest thing and making it a video is a good thing to try to do. And this is not just with like Nintendo or gaming videos. Literally make a video about anything you want to make it about, and that'll help get your mind going, and you're able to kind of come up with different ideas, because now if you make an idea about this, that means you can make an idea, do a video about this other thing, and then so on and so on. Because now, if you can make a video about this small stupid thing, you can make another video about this other small stupid thing, and then it just opens your ideas for literally anything. You can make a video about whatever you want. I don't know if that helps too much. It's kind of a weird question to ask. I have trouble coming up with ideas sometimes, but I always sit on it, and eventually come up with one. That was harder than I thought it would be to answer. Because it's just kind of, you know, when you're drained, it's hard sometimes to think of ideas, but those could be a bit useful, hopefully. I hope that helped anyone, but it is kind of hard to answer. Next we have HStore441. He asked 3 questions. First one is, what has been your favorite project you've worked on so far? Now that, hands down, is the Return of the Plush. That's, like I said earlier, that was the project I put the most work into so far. It was a lot of fun. It was fun, you know, making a plush video again, and it felt really nostalgic, and it's something I in a way missed doing. So that was really fun. It was also fun getting my friends together as always and filming. And then being able to film it with my online friends in Pennsylvania on a film camera was something I never thought I'd ever say, but here we are, and being able to end off the video with them, and it was just really cool. It was just a really cool experience making the whole video, and is definitely a video that means the world to me, and is something I'm very proud of, and it's something I knew I'd look back on in like another 10 years and still be proud of it. So that's my favorite thing I've ever worked on for YouTube. In these 10 years, is there anything you wish you have done differently? Now this is interesting, because, you know, you can always think back to stuff you did over the past 10 years, and even in anyone's life, even if you're not a content creator, just literally anything you've done, and think, man, I wish I'd done that differently. I wish I, you know, didn't do this. I wish I didn't, you know, I wish I chose not to do that. But I look at it in like as a way like it taught me things, and I learned from everything I've done. I've definitely made mistakes over the past 10 years doing this. I've definitely done stuff I look back on and I'm embarrassed about. Definitely made videos that just were not good, but I don't regret any of it at all. I look at it and I think of how far I've come and how much I've learned over the past 10 years, and look at me now, and I can see how far I've come and how much I've learned. I think it just is a whole part of growing up, and a whole part of learning is doing stuff wrong and making mistakes. So when you ask if I wish I've done anything differently, I think I'd have to say no, and I think I'm perfectly fine of how things have happened, and I have learned from a lot of the things I've done, and I don't think I would have it any other way. I'm really happy of what has happened and how things have happened. What's one console's library of games you want to collect more / own more of? For a while, if you guys have been watching the channel, my GameCube collection has been not the greatest. Like 3 years ago, I only had, you know, like these 5 games I had when I was younger, which were like Dora Purple Planet, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse game, and then NHL and baseball. That was it. That was ones I grew up with my GameCube. Never had anything else. But recently, in the past couple years, I've actually gained a lot of more games for my GameCube, and I have some of the good ones like Sunshine and Melee and Double Dash, and you know, I'm starting to get better games, more quality games for the GameCube now, which is really cool, because I never had any of these growing up, so it's cool to own them now. But definitely there's still more I want to get on GameCube, so that's what I'm slowly working on. I also have an N64, which I'm working on getting more games for. I've gotten a bunch over the past couple years. Some of the good ones like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, there's like some of the Mario sports games, Smash Bros. But there's still a ton on N64 that I'd love to own. Some of the Mario parties, Majora's Mask, like a bunch of these first party Nintendo games I'd love to own. But as for anything I don't have, I'd love to start collecting NES and SNES pretty soon. I have a couple NES games. I don't have the console, but I have some of the games. And at SNES I have nothing for at all. I don't have the console, I don't have any games for it. So that's one I think I'd love to collect soon, because there's some pretty good games on SNES that would be cool to own as well. Next we have Moiki, and they ask, what are your favorite YouTube channels? And I have a bunch of favorite YouTube channels over the years. There's many people that have inspired me, many people I watch a lot. Scott the Woz is probably my favorite channel on YouTube right now. You know, he's inspired me to, you know, think about content a bit differently, do some different things, and he's really changed the direction my channel went into. More over the years, like Peanut Butter Gamer, he was one I watched as a kid, and I still watch to this day. I actually watch a lot of Smosh now. I've really become a fan of some of the stuff Smosh does. They do a lot of extra stuff on like extra channels they have, and I like to watch some of that. Alex C&D, even though he doesn't do a lot anymore, he, again, like I mentioned, huge part of why this channel exists. And someone I still look back on old videos and get nostalgic for him, and you know, he's a really great guy, and my channel wouldn't be where it is today without him, so he's definitely still one of my favorites. Chad Tronic is another one that I watch a lot and watched a lot when I was a kid, so definitely him. He definitely inspired me a lot. Back in 2016 I started making reaction videos, and even parodied something he did in one of his videos a couple times. Another YouTuber I watch a lot, I don't think a lot of you know who he is, but The Unlucky Tug. He does a lot of retrospective videos about Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas was a show and a franchise I loved as a kid, and still to this day I love because of the nostalgic factor to it. I think it really stands out and really stood out as a show for kids, and it's something different that you probably never see again. And he does a lot of retrospective videos talking about the show, and what it means to him, and breaking down the series and how it changed over the years, and it's really interesting. I love looking back at stuff I watched as a kid, especially. So he's a content creator I watch all the time. Really cool guy. If you have any interest in the show at all, or just interested in what it was, or like how it changed over the years, definitely check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. There's definitely many more out there that I watch, like Cute Mario Bros. Actually, I should mention, my favorite Plus channel. They no longer make videos, but they're still, I love looking back at them, and it's very nostalgic. I would go on for longer, but that's all I can think about on top of my head right now. People I watch, definitely watch a lot more, but thinking about it, that's really it that I can think of right now, that some of my favorite channels that I watch. Here we have Wacko. He asks, if you were to try and make a new channel with a new gimmick / style, for example, vlog, let's plays, commentary, what would it be? Thinking about it, I think what would be fun is doing a movie commentary channel, like watching movies and talking about it, or just reviewing movies or stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun. More of like a laid back, just kind of recording and watching something and reacting to it. That'd be kind of fun. Those are the type of videos I watch a lot sometimes, so that would be a fun idea to do. And I mean, I have another channel. I'd be open to do stuff like that eventually too on another channel I have, but if it was my main channel, my main gimmick, my main thing I'm doing, that'd be kind of fun if I had to restart this all over again. Second question is, have you heard of the Messenger 2018? I don't think I have. Let me look it up. I actually have never heard about this game. Is it good? Should I play it? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Knowing me, I won't finish it, but is it something to look into? Let me know. And third, what moment led to your channel's creation? I think I mentioned that earlier. but I'll answer it again. It was when, you know, I always loved making, you know, just videos and recording, like, myself, like, doing whatever with my Legos or trains or even video games, whatever I was into at the time. And it was when I met my friend Liam and seen him doing videos that I really wanted to create a channel for myself. And also the factor of, you know, me singing 2011, that video, seeing myself on YouTube. All these factors just kind of came together and made me want to finally create a YouTube channel. Next we have Simon Cat. They asked 3 questions as well. Number 1, what's your thoughts on Denny's? I've never actually been to Denny's. There is one around here, but I've never been there yet. I haven't tried it, but something I'd probably want to do sometime. I heard Denny's is pretty good, I think. So I'll definitely go to Denny's at some point. Number 2, are you a Dash L hater? I don't know who is that. Oh, okay. I didn't get that far in Super Paper Mario. It's a character of Super Paper Mario, and I never got that far in the game. Because you know me again, doesn't look anything inherently wrong about Dashel. So I think right now, I guess I'll say no. I'm not a Dash L hater, I guess. What is the best Wii game? For me, personally, it kind of flip-flops back and forth between Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. So I recently finished the second one this year, and it was really good. And those 2 games, I think, together are just my favorite Wii games. So I think that's what I'll say. It's not really a definitive single game, but those 2 games are really fun and probably my favorite Wii games. I know it's probably like a generic answer, but, you know. That's just how I feel. Next is my friend Kobe, who plays Joss in my videos, and he asks, what is your motivation for making videos? I'm curious, especially with the level of effort that you've been making them with recently. Like, beyond just finding it fun, is there anything in particular that drives you? That was a mouthful. Thanks, Kobe. Thanks for making me read that on camera. You know, besides it being fun, like I said earlier, I think it brings out the inner child in me. And, you know, it's fun to you know, talk about something that means a lot to me and is nostalgic. Another aspect is being able to inspire people and, you know, just bring a little bit of enjoyment to someone's day. Altogether, it just makes me happy. Like, sometimes making videos and thinking about videos and coming up with ideas, it just makes me happy and it just keeps me going sometimes. So that's really, all this stuff is mainly the drive that pushes me. And just you guys, anyone who watches it, anyone who supports me, it just really keeps me going and makes me want to do this for as long as I can. Next we have Super Sal, and he asked favorite console and why is it GameCube? Well, Sal, I'm sorry, but the GameCube is not my favorite right now, and that's mainly because, well, like I just said, I grew up with the GameCube, but I played Dora on it, so I didn't really play a lot of the games on it, but I'd say right now my favorite console, you know, my instinct is either Wii U or Switch, because the Wii I grew up with and it's probably my most nostalgic console, but the Switch is new and I have a lot of games for it and I play it a lot. I think it's a toss-up between the Wii and the Switch. I think just the games on the Wii very nostalgic, and the games on the Switch, you know, I've played a lot. I've gotten on release day. I've had a lot of recent memories with them, and it's the first console I have fully been there and been, you know, fully invested in, and been able to, you know, get most of the games for it. So I'll go with that for now, the Wii and the Switch. I can't really think of a definitive answer, but I'll go with that. And next we have my friend Nintendo James. He asks, what are your most and least favorite parts of the video making process? Now this is interesting, because of course I love doing this, and there's stuff I love about it and stuff I don't like about it, and that's with anything. There's not going to be something you 100% just like love entirely, because there's always something that, you know, is kind of a downside to it. And it's just kind of the same thing I've been saying throughout the rest of the video. I love like creating stories, I love editing, I love filming with friends, and, you know, creating jokes, and be able to show everyone, you know, what I do and what I love. And the stuff I don't really like about the process is I find it hard sometimes to get into the rhythm of writing something, starting out writing, when you just, you know, when I'm trying to write a script, it's a blank page, starting to get into it. I find that hard sometimes, and I really have to, you know, get into it and get an idea set in stone and start writing it, and once I get in the flow of writing, then I can do it, and then it's fun. But just like starting out and getting, starting to write something, it's kind of hard sometimes. It's time consuming, it's very time consuming, especially when you have a lot on the go in your life and you really want to do YouTube stuff, but then other stuff get in the way, and then it just draws it out longer. It's a very time consuming thing that I can't at least put 100% focus on right now. So that's really another reason why, another downside to YouTube. And then another one, doubt is a thing that sometimes happens. I kind of worry if people will like the video I'm making, or like the topic, or think my jokes are funny, or I think sometimes when I'm filming, like, oh, this is not gonna work. Like, is this really gonna work? Am I just making a fool of myself right now? That's kind of the things I think about, but usually I am proven wrong, and but that's the thing that worries me sometimes while I'm making videos. Even this video, like some of the stuff I say, like I mess up my words, or like I say something, I'm like, are people gonna like think I'm weird for this? That's kind of a thing I think sometimes. But now let's move on to the sole Twitter question that was asked, which was from Kappa Matt from FTI. So thank you for all the support, man. FTI is definitely a huge support for this channel. They've helped out a lot promoting everything, so thank you a lot. But for your question, he asked, after producing and delivering so many phenomenal videos, what is a realm of art/content that you want to experiment with? Maybe podcasting, a full-length movie, video creation, etc. One thing that I've had in mind for a while now is to do a short film. Seeing my friends do short films, and wanting to get to film school eventually. Definitely doing a short film is something that's been in my mind for a while now, and whenever I have the time to do it and really want to focus on it, I love to do that eventually. That's something I'd love to start doing, because I love doing YouTube, but doing a short film would be really cool, and another kind of way to improve my skills with writing and with filming videos, filming stuff. Moving on to the YouTube questions. Here we have Skull Kid Gaming, and they ask, rapid fire, what is your favorite game on each generation of Nintendo's consoles and handhelds? And you can't say Dora Journey to the Purple Planet for your GameCube pick. I really should have thought about this before I answered this question, because there's a lot of Nintendo consoles. I don't have every console, but I've definitely played a game for each of them. NES, I think my favorite would probably be, I think I'll have to say the original Super Mario Bros. Just because I remember first hearing about that and it being, an older game. And for starting when I got into retro stuff, I really wanted to play that, and it really interested me. So I think just for a nostalgic factor, the original Super Mario Bros. SNES, I don't think I've ever finished a game for SNES. I have no idea. SNES is not one I played a whole lot. Probably Super Mario World, just because it's Mario and I'm me. Look at my room. There's a lot of Mario around here, so I'll just say that. For N64, it's definitely Ocarina of Time. That's my favorite game of all time. When I first played it, I fell in love with it, and it's become my favorite game of all time. So N64 is definitely Ocarina of Time. So for GameCube, probably Super Mario Sunshine, even though it's not my favorite Mario game. Out of the GameCube games I played and have right now, Super Mario Sunshine, it's definitely fun. It's definitely not like a bad game, but it's not the best Mario game in my opinion. But it's Mario. I definitely had fun with it, and out of all my GameCube games I have so far, I think that's probably my favorite. Moving on to the Wii, Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Galaxy 2, kind of flip-flop back and forth after playing the second one. Those games are just really fun, and I really love them, so definitely one of those is my favorite Wii game. For Wii U, I might have to say Super Mario 3D World, I think. Especially after Odyssey came out, and that being a full 3D Mario game. Going back and playing 3D World, it made everyone and me appreciate it a lot more. So I think 3D World definitely is probably my favorite Wii U game. And then Nintendo Switch. This is hard too. There's a lot of games on here that I love, but probably Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey, even though that's a very generic answer for those two, and they're 7 years old now, over 7 years old. That still is weird to me. Out of the Switch games, I think those two still hold up tremendously well. And I think I'll also say Animal Crossing New Horizons, because that game, you know, I'm sure for everyone helped a lot during 2020. But that, you know, I played a lot of that on that year, and you know, that game really means a lot to me now. So it's hard to pick one, so I'll say 3. So hopefully that's fine. Now for handhelds, Game Boy, probably Super Mario Land. I'm really generic with these, but probably my favorite Game Boy game. Game Boy Color, if that counts. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, again. Don't have a lot of these games, so I'm just going off from what I played. Game Boy Advanced, one of the Mario games, I'm sure. I'll have all the Mario Advance games, one of those. DS, I've talked about this many times before, but my most nostalgic Mario game, and the first Mario game I ever played, was New Super Mario Bros. DS. This is, again, yeah, one of my favorite games, solely because it's so nostalgic and like the first Mario game I ever played and my first experience with Mario. So that game means a lot. And for 3DS, I don't know. Probably Super Mario 3D Land, because I remember first hearing about that 3DS and wanting to play that game, and I played it, and it was super cool finally playing it when I first played a 3DS. And then it was one of the first 3DS games I wanted to own, so I'm gonna say that, I think. And I've never played a Virtual Boy, so we're not even gonna go there right now. I don't know what I would say for that. Next is Flaming Coal Lava, which I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing well. What is a place you really want to visit? Like I said earlier, Japan is probably my top place I want to visit. That'll be really cool. Favorite childhood memory? Let's go back to this game. New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. I remember, I think probably one of my favorite childhood memories is when I first found out about Mario. I was at my aunt's house. I was around 3 years old, and one of my cousins had a pink Nintendo DS Lite, and they were playing, I don't know who was playing it, the Luigi card game, the casino mini games on there. And that's the first time I ever heard the name Mario and Luigi. I started playing it there, and that's why this is one of my first DS games, because when I got a DS, that's one of the first games I got. I actually got that game one Christmas, and I put that clip in a couple Christmas specials over the past couple years. But off the top of my head, that's probably the childhood memory that means a lot to me, because that's when I first was introduced to Nintendo, and that's why I have all this here. And third question he asks is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? In 10 years, it's weird to think about, because I'm 20, I'm almost 21 now. In 10 years, I'll be in my 30s, which is weird to think about. So by then, I might be married. I don't know if I'll have a kid or not, but it's a possibility. I'll have like a job, like a full-time job. It's weird to think about 10 years, but I'm hoping, you know, everything works out fine. I'm hoping everything works out that I can still do YouTube during all of that. You know, this is the thing I don't see going away anytime soon. And I still want to do it for as long as I can. So in 10 years, I love to, you know, keep growing, keep making the stuff I like to make. And I just want to see where another 10 years takes me. I am open to anything. I'm open to see where the channel takes me, and I'm good for literally whatever. Next question is from Smash Max, and he asks, what's your favorite Pokemon? I, you know, haven't played a ton of Pokemon growing up. But I think right off the bat, like Charmander, I think is probably just my favorite. I know that's really basic, but off the top of my head and just from what I played, probably Charmander. What's a game you really want to play but haven't had a chance to? There's many games I haven't played I haven't had a chance to. You can pick any game from my shelf and I haven't fully played it. But I think definitely there's a lot of, I want to play more Zelda. Like I really love Ocarina of Time. And I played Breath of the Wild, which was fun. But definitely more Zelda games. I have a bunch here now that I can play. So I think when I have the chance, I definitely want to play more Zelda games. And the last question is, do you believe in Santa? And I mean, the only right answer is yes. Who doesn't? Next we have Jerome, DJ Squirtle. His first question is, favorite handheld console of all time? I think for that I have to say my DSi here. This is the one I've had the most, I think. I had a DS Lite as a kid, but then it broke at some point, and then I got this as a gift one time, and I played most of my DS games on this thing, so it really means a lot, this console. A lot of funny pictures I would take on here. This is probably the first camera I was given. I at least had a lot of fun doing like the voice memos and stuff too. There's a lot of weird stuff on here. What? But yeah, this thing is probably my favorite handheld, minus the Switch, because it just has a lot of memories from it. Favorite GameCube game, I think I mentioned that before. Super Mario Sunshine is probably my favorite GameCube game. Favorite board from your favorite Mario Party game? I have no idea what my favorite board is. This is a thing I wish I thought of. Oh my god. I don't even know what my favorite Mario Party game is. That's interesting. I wish I thought about this. Oh my god. One of my favorite Mario Party games is Mario Party DS. But the problem is, I didn't really play the main party mode a lot. I used to play a lot of the mini game type modes with my brother. So I don't know. I don't know what to say for the board. I can tell you though what board I'm looking forward to. I have Mario Party Jamboree. Haven't really got to play it a whole lot yet, but the race car track one looks really interesting, and I can't wait to finally play it. Okay, so I'm editing this now. It's February 2025, and I have since played Super Mario Party Jamboree. So now I can give a better answer to this question. If I had to pick a favorite, I think I'd pick the shopping mall one. That's the one I played the most so far, even though I've only played that one twice. I think I've enjoyed that one the most of all of them so far. So if I had to give a better answer, I'm gonna go with that. The shopping mall. You're welcome, Jerome. It's weird because I know my least favorite Mario Party board, which is the cake from Mario Party 2, I believe, and also I played it in Superstars. I don't really like that one a whole lot. I'm not a big fan of that one, but next we have James H2424, and they ask, what's your favorite soundtrack from any Nintendo game? I think how they say Ocarina of Time as well for that, because it's my favorite game of all time, and the soundtrack plays a part in that, so I really love the soundtrack from the game. Others would include Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 again. They have, you know, the orchestral soundtrack. Mario Odyssey is another one that has a really nice orchestral soundtrack. And Breath of the Wild's like kind of quiet piano noises and ambience and all that stuff. Really just so good. I don't really have a lot of interesting answers for these. It's just I have a lot of generic answers that, you know, many people would say, but that's just how I feel. The second question is, what's your favorite Sonic game? Sonic, I haven't played a lot of Sonic games either, but Sonic Mania is probably the one I've played the most. So probably that, I'll just say Sonic Mania. And the last question is from my good friend Jay Matthew, and he asks, with the PA trip and meetup this past summer, what was your favorite moment? Is the first question. Honestly, my favorite moment was meeting you guys in real life for the first time. That's such a special moment, and like I said before about meeting Casey, you know, just when you get rid of that barrier of the screen and meet them in real life and get to be friends together, something really special about that, and it makes it feel a lot more real. Not saying that, you know, online friends aren't real and you can't have a friendship online, but it's just super cool and surreal to actually meet them and hang out with them in person. It gives you a whole other perspective of them, and you know, you really get to know them and really get to know if you can be friends with them. And luckily, you know, they were all the same in real life as they are online, and it was really fun and getting to know them in person as well. And it was just the standout part of the whole trip, and it was the reason for the trip to exist in the first place. I know that's pretty general, but just the moment of finally meeting you guys was really special to me. Next he asked, did you learn anything new about any of us that you didn't know before? I really don't know. You guys are pretty the same as you are online. One thing though I remember now, actually, JR, Nindude, he would sleep in the car. Whenever we get in the car, he would fall asleep. Whether it was like 20 minutes down the road or like 2 hours to too many games, he would sleep in the car all the time. we would take videos of him sleeping and put like funny filters on him because it was hilarious. He would just fall asleep. He would doze off all the time. That was one thing I learned, but I think the rest of you guys are pretty much the same as online. And the last question is favorite pickup from the trip. And I think that has to be one thing I got at Too Many Games. This here Zelda cartridge, the gold NES Zelda cartridge. This is something that I've been wanting for a while, and to finally have it is really cool. I found it for a good price, and it came with a nice sleeve as well, and it just looks really cool. The gold is really nice. It's not too, like, you know, dirty. It's, you know, still pretty shiny, and is in really good condition. So this is one thing that I got from the trip that really means a lot to me. Another would be over here, if I can get it, the Too Many Games badge, which is signed by all you guys. Jason, JR, Brandon, James, all signed this, and you know, it hangs on my shelf here now because this means a lot. This is one of my favorite keepsakes from the trip. Now, there's two more that I just grabbed to show you guys. This one is signed Blu-ray of The Room, signed by Tommy Wiseau himself, the guy who made this. That was a standout part of the trip that was really cool because that was an unexpected thing that we all kind of wished would happen. We just kind of like dreamed of it happening. For those who don't know, The Room is made by a guy named Tommy Wiseau and is considered one of the best and worst movies ever made. Me and my friends have talked about him a lot. Me and my friend Liam talked about him a lot. So we were just joking around about what if he did like a Room like signing and screening while we're in Pennsylvania, and then he did it, and he had one in Philadelphia the same weekend as Too Many Games. So we all went and got signed Blu-rays, got to meet the guy himself, and yeah, so that was this is a really fun thing I never thought I'd bring home from the trip. And then next is another Blu-ray. This one is my friend James, his short film Wooden Birds. He gave me a Blu-ray of it, and he signed it there. So this is cool to own. Never thought I'd own this on Blu-ray, but yeah, I'm just glad. I'm really happy to own something one of my friends made and having it physical, which is pretty cool. It's me again from the future. I wanted to add in one more thing to this section before I ended it, because I think there's one more thing I left out from the trip that is very special and just kind of means a lot to me, not just because of the trip, but just about my whole YouTube journey so far. So if you guys remember, back in 2018, I made myself some merch. I wanted to have, you know, a piece of clothing with my YouTube channel on it, just to wear for myself. It was kind of the prototype for the merch that eventually came out in 2020. But over the years, it has gotten a bit worn out. There's some holes that gotten into it somehow. It just kind of, you know, it wasn't really wearable anymore. So I had this idea like a while ago, is that I wanted to get anyone I meet in person that I know from YouTube, any YouTuber that has really, you know, influenced me. I wanted them to sign the shirt. So since I was gone away last summer, I finally got to do it, and here it is so far. This is really special to me because you know, this alone, seeing this just shows me how much I've grown and how much has happened in the past 10 years, because these are all people that I met because of my channel. It's just a really special thing to own, and you know, there's not many yet so far, but one day I'd like to have this whole thing, you know, filled out with anyone I meet, and I want to frame it one day, put it somewhere, hang it up, and just have it be a representation of, you know, where my channel has brought me and the amount of people I've met. So yeah, this is it so far. You know, just seeing it is so cool and so surreal. So one day maybe one of you might be signing this, so look out for that. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in here quickly. I know I shown this shirt in the Too Many Games vlog, but I just wanted to put it in this video because I think it fits. And I know it's not really a thing I got from the trip, but in a way it is, because a bunch of these were signed while on that trip, and just seeing it really makes it feels special. And yeah, I think seeing this just represents 10 years to me, and the people you can meet and how far I've come. That is the Q&A. That is it. That is all the questions. Thank you for everyone for submitting your questions. I love answering questions that has to do with YouTube or anything like that. So thank you all. This has been really fun answering these, and really great questions. So thank you. Now, before I end the video, there's a couple announcements I want to announce here. Small little things about merch again. For those who don't know, back in 2020, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I finally released merch for the very first time, and merch is something I haven't really done since. I haven't really updated it or done anything, but now I have updated the 709 logo design to the modern logo, the new logo I got done. It's the logo on the front and then the full name on the back. It's updated, so if you never had a chance to get any merch 2020, go to the link in the description and you can find the merch and get a new shirt if you haven't had one before. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a hoodie, there's a mug option there too, there's stickers, you can do anything, any of that. So if you want to do that, feel free, it's in the description. I updated it a while ago, I just haven't said anything about it until now. So if you want to get merch, it's an option. On the note of merch, there's another thing that went up on the merch store recently, which is a poster. This is a poster of the art I got commissioned for the last last little bit of the Return of the Plush during the credits. I had the idea while making the video to make this a poster. This was the idea all along. I wanted the end of the credits, that frame, to be art, and to put it up as a poster to commemorate 10 years. So you can get that now if you like posters. If you don't mind putting me on your wall, you can get it, put it up anywhere you want. So if you would like that, that's there too. I wanted that as an option in case it was something you'd want. And then one last thing before I go, if you like the music I make for videos, if you're interested in listening to it, most of it is up on streaming services, whether it's like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon. You can listen to it right now, including the newest video, Return of the Plush. The soundtrack is up there. Just search up Nathan Elliott or search up the video title, and it's sure to come up somewhere. I love making music for videos, incorporating that aspect of my life into YouTube, so it would mean a lot if you go listen to it. If you like it at all, you can listen to it. It's also on SoundCloud if you prefer using SoundCloud. It's also up on there. Everything's up on there. There's a full playlist of every piece of music I've made for a YouTube video, including ones that I can't put on a streaming service for like legal issues. So if you enjoy the music I make for videos, you can go listen to it on your preferred streaming platform. So with that, I think that's it. I just want to give a big thank you once again for an amazing 10 years. And this is only the beginning. I know that's cliche to say, but this is only the beginning. I still have a lot of stuff I want to do on YouTube. Still a lot of stuff planned. There's still a room where I can grow as a content creator, and I'm really looking forward to it and excited and hopeful for the future. And I hope you guys will join me on that journey. One thing I like to end off this video with is a comment I got on Return of the Plush shortly after it came out that really kind of made me think. It's this comment here by, I'll give them credit, Monokuma, and they say, barely any subs and still continued his videos, respect. And that made me really think, because yeah, I haven't had a lot of growth over the past 10 years, less than other content creators I've had in that amount of time. Some people, in 10 years have gotten millions of subs. Some people have gotten hundreds of thousands of subs. But for me, I've been doing the same, amount of time and making videos for the same amount of time, and am only at over 1,000. So yeah, it just made me think, like, has it been worth it? And I think it has. Numbers and the growth isn't everything on YouTube. Yes, it's nice. It's nice when the stuff you make and put a lot of work into is viewed by people and people enjoy it. And I love the amount I've gotten. But that's not everything. Like I've been stating, I love doing this because this is something I genuinely love doing. I love creating things. I love inspiring people. I love making people happy. I love video games. Love showing my passions to everyone. There's more to it than the numbers, and more to it than the amount of subscribers I get every year. So yes, I continue going purely because of the passion and the love for what I do. And of course, I'd love to grow some more. I'd love to keep working on stuff and then continually grow as a content creator. And hopefully, my channel will take me to bigger and better places. But I don't have any regrets at all. I am perfectly fine with where I am. If I had 500 subscribers in the past 10 years, I still would be here. I'd still be happy doing what I do. If I had more than this, I'd still be happy with what I'm doing. It really doesn't matter to me how many subscribers I have. I am just purely happy because I'm doing all this, because I love making content. That's what drives me, and that's why I'm doing this channel. Of course, I love you guys, and you guys, whoever supports me, is what I love about it too. I love the community aspect. I love when people enjoy it. I'm really thankful and happy for the amount of people that do watch me, and I never take it for granted. So that's kind of my goal, and that's what I love doing, and that's why I do this channel. I will leave it at that. Thank you all so much again for 10 years. I'll see you guys whenever in the next video, and whatever the next 10 years has in store, I'm looking forward to it. I'm here and I'm ready for it. So yeah, that is it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys, and peace.